You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it.
Hello, Sharks, and welcome to Moments with Shai Will. Today we have a very special guest. Elle Michelle works in criminal justice and also CEO of Rock the Mic All Arts. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for taking the time of being here today. So I wanted to ask you, what got you interested into the criminal justice system?
Criminal justice system actually goes back. My aunt was a forensic investigator for the Miami-Dade Medical Examiner's Office.
Nice.
And just her stories were amazing from like a little girl. Well, morbidly amazing if you're into that type of stuff.
Right.
So at that time, there wasn't like any real, what would you say, like definition of like what you see now, how just forensics is so popular. You used to have a background in like anthropology to do forensics,
Right.
Which is completely left field now. But yeah, as time went on, I just became intrigued with mystery and, unsolved crimes and stuff like that. So once there was something knowledgeable that I could attend school for, then I went and signed up for school, got my core classes here in Miami-Dade.
Hey, yes.
Miami-Dade alumni
right here. We have a shark, yay.
And then I later went and transferred on to finish my degree. So I worked as a crime scene technician for several years for some local Miami police departments, and then spread my wings into other stuff.
Yes. So what was training like for you? Hands-on training?
Hands-on training, mainly the school that I had transferred to was more like technical to get involved because it was such a new thing at the time. So hands-on training consisted of going on like ride-alongs with the different police departments,
That's cool.
watching autopsies, going to various crime scenes to know what to expect. That's pretty much the hands-on training, and that field is hands-on.
I bet it is, and I find it very interesting because I know a lot of us, we tend to watch those unsolved murders, mysteries, and you would sit there all day watching it. I know my mama does, and I said, Mom, you cannot fall asleep to this. You need to turn it off.
No, you can't. I actually like to fall asleep to like cold case files and like forensic files and shows like that are actually real. When I was on the department, I would oftentimes get bombarded with like, because of things that were seen on CSI Miami. I'm like, that is not
You know what?
real.
That's funny that you mentioned that, because I always see the technology and the things that they do, and I'm like, is that real? No, it's over
not
the
in
top.
Miami. I mean, the thing is you have to get funding for certain tools and stuff like that. Every municipality doesn't have that. It would be cool, it would be great.
Yes.
But that's not always the case. But that's just lumping up to show you all the possible technology
that they have. So that would be more
it's not,
like FBI, not for like a police department. All the stuff you see on CSI.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's funny, yeah.
Like it's over the top, and I do like that show. And can you imagine back in the days before there was DNA, how many people were accused for things that they did not do?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And it plays such a big role.
It's a pivotal role in investigations, just solving anything now. DNA. Dana don't lie, as they would say.
And they do say no one has the same fingerprint, and I'm like, how cool can that be? You sure there's not a slight moment of someone having this?
Not even the slightest.
Not even the twins.
Not even the twins. The big dude did his thing when he was separating us with fingerprints. So
I find it to be amazing.
it's all unique. Everyone has their unique print.
If you could change anything about the criminal justice, what would it be? Is there anything that you see in it that you dislike or disapprove?
In the criminal justice system?
That must be several things.
The first thing that popped into my mind, honestly, is criminal justice system, that thou shalt not be elected for president. But that's just the first one. I said it. Yeah. And the second one would be the biasness of, just the way that you see that immigrants and people of color are treated within the criminal justice system. I got to see a lot of those things firsthand.
Yeah.
It starts at that level first, the real hands-on level, before it goes to the top into the legal system.
Right.
But yeah, those are some of the things that just the biasness, the way that people of color are treated within the criminal justice system.
That's definitely true, because that's funny you mentioned it, because that was going to be my next question, but you already beat me to the punch. Yeah, we're all affected by that, you know, and I feel like there has got to be change with it, but is it a possibility of that happening?
In a better world, for our hopes and dreams, I would say yes.
Yeah.
But in the reality of the way that things are moving now, in this current day, on this day, November 22nd, 2024, I don't see that being feasible during my time.
Right.
Maybe generations to come.
I that's exactly how I feel. That's
But-
how I feel about reparations as well.
Exactly.
Like, I believe it's possible. I believe it will happen. We probably ain't gonna be here to see it.
Exactly.
But
which
it's
is
something
true.
that's very possible. Yeah, you know, we need to see change. We need to see things differently. You know, we are all human beings. It's, you know, we all bleed the same.
Exactly.
We just come from different backgrounds, and we just
Exactly.
have different spiritual beliefs. And, you know, that's the only thing that separates us.
Yes.
You know,
That is
and,
true.
you know, I deal with it on a daily basis, actually.
How so? I would think so. I'd like to hear an example.
Goodness, we'll be here until next Tuesday. I mean, I'm telling you, like, and it's a shame, because even when I mention that, someone says, how come? What do you mean, how come? This is how people are.
Right.
I said it could be the simplest thing, from getting an education, number
Yeah.
one, from getting a loan for a house, it happens, right? Even a job on TV.
Yes.
So, you know, for me, I would always have to step my best foot forward.
Absolutely.
You know, walk in there overconfident. Is that a thing?
I don't even think being overconfident, because when you're confident, when you know what you know is what you know, that's
Yeah.
That's all.
And they say, well, Shai, how come you're so confident? Well, you know what?
because you know what you're doing. You
Exactly.
you-
This
you-
is something you know, I don't know if you can be taught or it's learned to you. It's just something that comes within. And I truly believe that you have to be in a great place mentally, spiritually, and
Yes.
physically to feel confident.
Absolutely.
And also, it's about your surroundings.
Your surroundings play a major part, and you have a good team.
Thanks.
You have a good circle of people. So you persevere, and we all deal with adversities and stuff like that, but it makes us better. It makes us more confident, because we
Yes.
know how to deal with trials and tribulations that might come our way, or even the good things. That we become familiar with positive things that happen to
Yes.
us. We have a confidence, and we're ready to receive whatever's coming
I'm
our
ready
way.
to receive.
Oh,
Come on, bring it on down.
All the melody.
Yes, all of it, I must say. I feel exactly the same. When you just said that, I felt something. So whatever that was, thank you. Thank you so much for the healing.
Amen.
Yes, amen. Yes, so okay, Sharks, we'll be right back.
Believe that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling.
Learn and earn today at Miami-Dade College. College graduates earn 56% more than high school graduates and $1 million more in lifetime earnings. A degree from MDC is your path to greater earning power and career success. Choose from hundreds of affordable high-tech and in-demand career programs, including cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, business, and nursing. Learn and earn today at MDC and fast-track your career. Enroll now at mdc.edu/purpose.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it.
Welcome back, Sharks. You're tuned in to Moments with Shai Will. We have been speaking to El Michelle, background in criminal justice, and also CEO and owner of Rock the Mic, All Arts. So please, tell me, what is Rock the Mic?
So Rock the Mic, All Arts is just what you see there. It is my entertainment production company. I'm an international spoken word artist, so I've been in spoken word poeting entertainment for a very, very, very long time. So I decided to create a platform for spoken word artists to attend and add the All Arts, because oftentimes and guitar can be inserted in, your lyrics can be sang. So it's all arts. And then it just branched into, with me being a burlesque performer later on as that began to develop. So Rock the Mic All Arts, it offers platforms for all kinds of artists, spoken word poets, singers, magicians, musicians, because I've had all of those on the platform. We give workshops, artist development, things of that nature to help an artist, that's an aspiring artist, ascertain the next level of whatever it is that they want to go.
So you do it all. I see why you call it all the arts.
Yes.
You own the name.
Yes, all the arts.
So I'm gonna say I have been to several of your shows, and I truly enjoy listening to you doing the spoken word. Number one reason, you're not reading from a phone. And I don't know if it's a thing these days, but people are not, they're not reciting poems, they're reading poems. And then, it's not the same, you don't feel it. So what are your techniques in remembering your lines? Because I know you write your own poems,
right?
So that makes it easy.
So the techniques, the best thing that I will do, and not to downplay the poets. Poets, if you're out there, you go to a poetry spot, you want to read from your phone. Phones are new things. When I started poeting, it was you had your book.
But be honest. Okay, the book.
So
yes.
From a theater standpoint, with my experience, if you have a book on stage that looks more or less like a prop while you're performing, versus a phone,
right,
where it looks that you can be a little bit more theatrical. That's what spoken word poetry is: emotions, octaves, props, and different things. Versus your simple poetry. I wrote a poem. Roses are red. That's cool if you pull your phone out. But when you want to go to another level of gaining titles or getting booked out of town, it's you memorize what you wrote. You wrote it.
That's right.
You wrote it.
That's like that time I had to recite that poem. I thought I was losing my mind. And you say, girl, that ain't long. I said, yes, it is. It's about 4 paragraphs.
It's like 4 paragraphs, and then I go and I'm reading. I'm like, now I'm flipping it over. Where's the rest of the poem? So, but it was really short. But you memorize it just in sections. Actually, shameless plug really fast. You can catch me this Sunday at the Miami Book Fair performing at 2 p.m.
Oh, nice.
So come get some. I'll be poeting. Poeting is a word that I created. It's in the Urban Dictionary. It's a poet that is actively writing or performing spoken word poetry. So I will be poeting at the Miami Book Fair on Sunday. So just take the time and learn what you wrote. Believe what you wrote. It's going to come out differently if you don't believe it. Oftentimes, and if you mess up, nobody knows what you wrote. So you don't have to be like, I messed up. Wait, hold on, y'all.
I've seen that.
Right, I know you have.
I've seen that. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Just keep going.
Just if you stumble, snap. Be jazzy, kitty, cool about it and go on. But we'd be like, wait, I messed up. I skipped a line because I was supposed to. We don't care. We know that you are an artist. Express it with us, but we don't know what you wrote.
Exactly.
So my encouragement to memorize your poetry is to learn what you wrote.
Okay, that's facts. So how do you choose who you're going to work with? Because I'm sure you get tons of email of people that wants to work with you, that wants your services. But are you accepting all the services?
Well, when you have, as tenured as I am in entertainment and having different experiences, I've learned to have, you mean as far as like it's platforms for people to perform and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, like, okay, you say you do artist development.
Yes.
So what I'm saying, if someone say, hey, are you willing to work with them just because they're asking for the service? And it's a fair exchange for money and service, or is it you need someone that's already halfway developed? Like, what are you? Okay.
So to answer that question, I'll work with everyone.
Okay.
Oxymoronically, fortunately, unfortunately, I've been in certain instances where I wouldn't want to take someone's money.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. You get what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not saying no names, but everyone doesn't have that talent or that thing or that oomph to do it.
But it's funny you say that too.
I might refer them to somebody.
Oh, because like a legend, Shai, for example, he said he was the worst basketball player as a teenager. They didn't want him to play. He was like, they're not playing the coaches. Nobody. They're like, he was the worst. you see, story told itself. Now look at him. You
Right.
know what I mean? So sometimes, are we the person to say that this person is terrible, or maybe they just haven't found it yet, or they haven't?
See, and I have a rebuttal with that with Shaq, only because of Shaq. Love you, Shaq.
I love Shaq.
Right,
though.
so it's like they probably was trying to give Shaq a hard time because he probably was a little big and doofy for his age. You know what I'm saying? They probably like, look at his feet on the court. You know, looking at irrelevant things, not looking at how his skills can be developed the more that he has in there.
That's exactly what I was getting at.
Sometimes you can look at an artist and be like, this is where you think the buck stops, because sometimes you come across different artists that think they know everything, and they don't realize that you're not Arista, or you're not that label, or you're not that person to propel them. You're simply that person to help
Yes.
them get their things together, so they
Right.
look right when they get in front of that right camera, that right platform, that they have everything together. So
Exactly.
sometimes some artists, I would just refer them out.
Okay. And they get, you know, for you to be as great, you have to be willing to listen.
Just because I referred you out, that doesn't mean that you're less talented. I might not have the time, but I'm just saying.
Right. But you have to know what's your niche in whatever it is that you're doing in your career, you know, that you chose. So what advice would you give to an upcoming artist?
The advice that I would give to an upcoming artist, number one, is don't look at what the next person is doing. That's first and foremost. Because when you get on TV, you get on social media, we have a way of making things look, embellishing things
Yes.
more than what it is.
Yes.
So you focused on your craft in the direction that you want to take it. The best example that I can give is like right now as a burlesque performer. You have people that perform for healing. You have people that perform because they're innately an entertainer and they love the spotlight. I'm that person, you know? So now as I want to grow, as someone wants to grow, you look at the direction, where would you want to be? Do you want to be a Grammy nominee? It means you have to do Grammy stuff. You have to
That's
put
right.
Grammy time into it.
Yeah.
If you just want to mill songs out to where you can collect an ASCAP check every quarter,
I
can do that
I know
too.
artists like that. So you know, that lies in between being passionate and you're just doing it for the money.
Exactly.
There's a difference.
there's a huge
and you can
difference.
tell.
When people are doing things for the money, it really doesn't go as far as they think, because their intentions are in the wrong place. Thinking, oh, this is gonna cost. A lot of people will come to me and say, how much does it make to be a poet? Or how much do you make to be a burlesque performer?
And that's
My
and that
salary
right
is my salary,
exactly.
because I know what I want to
And that right there is exactly what it is. But let's hold that thought. All right, Sharks, we'll be right back.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling.
Learn and earn today at Miami-Dade College. College graduates earn 56% more than high school graduates and $1 million more in lifetime earnings. A degree from MDC is your path to greater earning power and career success. Choose from hundreds of affordable high-tech and in-demand career programs, including cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, business, and nursing. Learn and earn today at MDC and fast-track your career. Enroll now at mdc.edu/purpose.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it.
I'm glad you're still with us, Sharks. Tune into Moments with Shai Will. So now let's have a little fun. It's time for self-reflection. How you feeling?
feeling great.
Funny question.
All right.
So what's something you thought about and never said out loud? We got to keep it PG-13.
The irony about that is, I don't have a cap on it. I just be saying stuff. So that's that could. You heard what I said about the whole about the politics and criminal justice.
Yeah.
There's minimal hair on my tongue, so whatever and whenever that thought appears of whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be vocalized.
I don't like you.
Right.
Your breath stinks.
Might find another way. You need a piece of gum?
Yes. Hey, quick question. If someone offers you gum, are they trying to say something or they're being polite because they're
I don't
eating
know,
one?
because I say what I'm thinking. I'm like, my breath stink. I ask if someone offers me gum. If I didn't ask you for gum, sometimes.
But what
people
if they're
just-
not, they don't want to be rude though? Because
That's
it's like
why
if
I'm
you're
asking
eating,
you if my breath stank, and you can be like, tuna.
I don't think anyone's gonna ever tell you the truth on that. They be like, girl, you all right, you tripping.
Well, I don't know, because I have a way of like, I try to raise the standards of like a keep it real tone with people so they know they feel comfortable. So I
Okay.
won't be like,
And how has
Because I
that
got
been?
tuna.
How has that been going?
Now that's up to them. It might have smelled like tuna, I don't know, but they'll just be like, nah, girl, because I'm chewing. Everybody's like, yeah, I just want gum.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't believe this.
I get it. I'm gonna smell my breath before I put the gum in, and be like, oh, you was lying.
So they being rude or they being thoughtful?
They're being genuine. Because I be genuine when I offer gum.
Okay. All right, so the next question. What's the one moment that changed your life?
Having a child, having my son,
Yeah.
changed my life forever. For me, I can't just think of myself. Even he's an adult child. I
Right.
still don't think of, what about that? Like that's and then my cat, but like having a child is literally what changed my life forever and ever.
In a such beautiful way. I know.
Yes, absolutely.
What has changed my life? Being single.
Yes. I would say getting into a relationship might change my life. Being single is my life. That's the norm.
Yeah. And on a more real note, going back to school as an adult.
Yes.
It ain't no joke.
It's very
It's difficult. It's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. Even though, shout out to Ben, he always say you gotta change your mindset. I
Very
said,
true.
I understand that, but I have to be truthful about it.
So
You
having a time of going back to school as an adult?
yeah, it hits different.
That study time be
I got homework that's been overdue. I still haven't done it, and I'm trying to keep up. I gotta be truthful to myself, So what I do, I sit in front of the laptop. I said I'm gonna sit here for 4 hours.
Right.
Everything's gonna be there except the phone, the snacks, and then
So
the
in the
first
4
hour.
hours-
The first hour, I'm just sitting.
I was just about to say, how many of those 4 hours are actual productive hours?
The first hour, I'm just sitting.
Okay, so 3 productive hours. Lies.
It's been hard. It's been a challenge, but I feel great about it. I have a TV show here, so something great is coming out of it. I've
Absolutely.
met great people along the way that have been my friends, my professors. Would I do it again? I can tell you one thing. Now I want my master's. I was just
Right, it becomes addictive.
because I'm like, okay, so you get through the AA. If you get through the AA, you might as well just
you
go.
went straight from the AA to the masters. Y'all hear that, y'all? She's not messing around.
No. So that's
All 4 of those hours productive hours.
I am. And when you're doing your bachelor's, you're actually working on what the career you chose.
Yes. this
So
is
it's different. You're not dealing with the math, science,
right, all those
and all.
prerequisites and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what changed my life, and it's keeping me grounded. Okay.
Your face is like she's.
Yeah. If you could go back in time to fix one mistake, what would you choose and why?
This probably sounds so cliche, but I wouldn't necessarily say go back and fix a mistake. I think I would say go back and learn what that mistake was. I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
This is a couple of repeat mistakes,
Yeah.
So because there's so many mistakes that we make as human beings, because a lot of times it's ignorance. Like, we don't know. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know. You know what I mean? So like, maybe I will go back and, get the knowledge to not do that. So I'd be like, I knew that, you know, and prevented a mistake. But mistakes are growing pains, I feel like.
Right.
So I don't know if I would go back and correct anything.
Exactly. Because sometimes I say, well, you know what? I always knew I wanted to do media. I was doing morning announcements in high school all 4 years. Why didn't I just go to school when I graduated? Oh, because I got a good job. I'm making lots of money.
Right.
You know, that's what that was. Then I was able to move out, bought my own car. Now these days, kids can't do that no more.
They don't want to. They don't
So,
want to.
you know, for me, I was just worried about being independent instead of thinking for the future. I wasn't thinking for the future. But then again, I'm like, well, you know what? I've met great people along the way. And doing it as an adult, I'm doing it because I want to, not because my parents are forcing me. So
Exactly.
It hits differently. It makes you want it even more, because that's exactly what it would have been. I probably would have been stretching it out as far as I can, you know?
Yeah, if you, if you jumped right into school.
And other things, you know, putting people in their place is something else that I wish I would have done. And it's hard, because if you put someone in your place, that in their place, you might lose that friendship, and you're always thinking about, oh, well, I don't want to hurt people's feelings and things in that nature.
Sometimes you have to realize, and this is like actual epiphanies of life that have been happening to me for the past 72 hours, literally. But no, like for real. But you have to like accept and realize that when you say like putting people in their place or losing friendships and different things, as you get older and with time, you realize that you should be able to have that rapport with your friends.
That's right.
And that putting a friend in their place isn't necessarily a punitive thing. It's like, hey, slow me down, pimpin'. You know, if you have that relationship with your friend or with people. So going back to when somebody said, hey, you should have gone straight off to college when you graduated, or whatever it is. Hey, bro, don't worry about me. I got this. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's all on how you respond to the negativity or the opinions of others.
And I don't. At this point, I don't even care.
The response is the response that you didn't get a lot of times.
Yeah,
so.
and someone will be like, oh, well, you see, you should have went a long time ago. You would have been way further. Well, what are you doing? Nothing, okay?
Okay.
Exactly. So I want to say thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's been awesome. It was such a pleasure having El Michelle on the show. And thanks for tuning in to Moments with Shai Will. You know how like people, you like the show, but why they still